What's up guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm Anik, I'm a classical pianist and it's time for another 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour challenge. It's been a while, I feel like. Today we're going to have a special piece, and since I'm going to be in a jury for the next days starting this afternoon, in a youth competition, I'm going to hear a lot of classical music. Yes, that's exactly the competition that I criticized in a previous video in German. I promised to do a video in English, but since things are still evolving around this whole topic, I have to ask you to wait a little bit for it or watch the video with English translation. I will definitely do a summary in English soon. So I thought today we're going to do something else with Interstellar, the main theme. Honestly, I never watched the movie, but I'm a big fan of Hans Zimmer. I think he's a great composer. And since so many people are always asking me if I can play Interstellar, I thought, you know what, we are going to do a challenge out of it. So today I'm going to play the arrangement by Patrik Pietschmann. Again, like always, the rules of the challenge are easy. I have 1 minute, 10 minutes and 1 hour to practice a piece that I've never played before. In this case, the arrangement by Patrik Pietschmann. And after every practicing session, I have to try to perform the piece just the way it is in that moment. Right before we start, I want to do a little concert announcement for my concert in Milano on 19th July. I'm going to play all 4 Chopin ballades and other program, probably some Beethoven and Debussy, I don't know yet. The ticket sale just started. You can grab your tickets now through the link in the description box, and I'm happy to see you in the concert and also at the meet and greet after the concert. Now, without further ado, let's get started. I think we'll start from the back. So with that famous part. I completely forgot about the timer. Okay, after 1 minute, at least the part that I covered so far, it looks very easy. And I hope I'm not getting bored because I still have 1 hour and 10 minutes in front of me. So let's see, 10 minutes, let's go. Okay, so as you can see, I started practicing the movement for the left hand and getting like a circular movement to get it as smooth as possible. Okay. I also proceeded to learn the next part, and that's when things started to get a little bit more difficult than I thought. Okay, I underestimated what this is going to be like. part is actually difficult. Okay, you can go and roast me in the comments now. 10 minutes always feels so long and so short simultaneously. Okay, I didn't expect that part to be that difficult, honestly. It's like Bach. Okay, that right hand is like crazy complicated. It's not like super difficult, it's just complicated. Okay, I'll take back everything that I said after 1 minute because there is a part that seems to be extremely complicated. It reminds me a lot of Bach, actually. Just the way it's written. The right hand is going through all the time and has to play 16th notes in a very weird way. So I'll try to practice this first now in my 1 hour practice session. Let's go. So I was not taking so much time for the beginning of the piece since I was busy trying to learn this complicated part that is coming later, which means that basically the beginning part I'm going to play more or less just by sight reading. Played it like 3-4 times or something like that, just to see if I can actually play it, and since it didn't seem to be so complicated, I just thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to skip that part and concentrate on the later parts where I have more to play and it's more important. Now, since I printed the scores, I only had like loose sheets, so at some point I had to tape it. The good old times when you had to tape your scores. And I had to figure out a way how to flip the page. Since later in the piece it's going to be a little bit more complicated and I will be busy with both of the hands, I thought I'll just try to flip the page in the beginning and the rest of the time I just keep the score there. The difficulty with pieces like that is that it's very repetitive and you have extremely reduced material, let's say. So the melody line is very reduced and the harmony line, and the harmonic structure is also repetitive. So the art is to not make it sound boring to the audience, which I hope I'm not. You have to work a lot with sound color, for example, through pedaling, through really changing the harmonies with the color, with the warmth, and like, for example, with temperature, and to basically enjoy the long notes and to feel like rhythmical change. As I already said, I'm a huge fan of Hans Zimmer, especially in the movies Batman, The Dark Knight, and also Megamind. I think Megamind is also by Hans Zimmer, pretty sure. I think that's like awesome music. Let me know in the comments which of all the movies that Hans Zimmer made the music for are your favorites. Like always, it's time to talk a little bit about what I was doing. I was mainly focusing on this very weird part where the writer is like playing non-stop 16th notes. And the thing is that even though it's repeating at some point, it's like kind of strange, at least to me, because there were so many notes where not really making sense to me. It was more kind of a improvisation nearly. Anyways, that was pretty tricky and complicated, so I was mainly focusing on that part. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright guys, this was the video for today. It was actually much more difficult than I expected it to be. I was like, when I looked at the scores, I thought, okay, that's going to be easy, but there are some tricky parts that are a little bit more complicated. And I think after a couple more hours, it would have been cleaner. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, and we'll see us in the next videos. Bye.